It's ASMballeR here, and today I am back with another video. And in tonight's video, as you can see, we're going to be talking about the top three-point shooters of all time. We're just going to be looking through the list. I could have made this like a top 10 video, but I feel like I sort of overplay that sort of series. I feel like I'm getting too repetitive on this channel. I really want to start shaking things up again. I had a really big shake-up a couple months ago, and I think I'm wanting to do another really big shake-up on my channel. Whether that's with, not uploading as much and sort of just starting to make different content instead of just making content to make content, you know what I mean? So I kind of want to get to maybe some different things. I'm starting to do that now. Obviously, it's talking a little bit more of NFL football. Obviously, it doesn't really matter anymore because the NFL season's already almost over, but I want to start doing some things differently. So if you guys have any ideas, obviously role plays are like the biggest thing you guys always say, which yes, I have a really big one that I don't even want to say the idea for because A, I don't want it to be stolen, or B, I don't want to say, oh, this person has already done that before because I came out with it in my own head, and I want to believe that I may be the first one to do it. Probably not, but we'll see. But it's gonna take some time to sort of get it done and filmed and edited and stuff like that. But I have an idea. Once things are cleared up in my area, I still want to do IRL ASMR videos, which to this day, chef kiss, those are my babies on this channel. My IRL basketball videos, my baseball video. If you haven't seen those ones, please go check out those IRL ASMR videos. Those were so much fun. I miss doing those so much. So yeah, I want to do some different things on my channel. So hopefully you guys have some good ideas you guys want to see. Also, I did post yesterday. I posted a NFL video talking about the conference championship games from yesterday. Wow, those are some pretty wild games. Make sure you check them out to see like my sort of predictions and stuff like that. Also, let's drop a like on today's video and subscribe to the channel, obviously like that. I think we've almost hit 500 subscribers in this month alone, which, if you don't know, for me, myself and I in this channel, that's a lot. Maybe for no one else. Some people get that in a day. I love it so much. So let's continue the growth. Let's continue working our way to 10,000 subs. Without further ado, let's jump into tonight's video. Okay, everyone. So, also, if you didn't know, this is going to be a soft-spoken ASMR video. I don't think I've ever actually done one of these with like a real video before. I do a lot of these when I do my like gaming videos because it's a little easier to do in control, I guess, when I'm not like trying to focus on like visual ASMR and also everything else. So hopefully you guys don't mind. I'll be like whispering and doing soft spoken. But so we are going to be talking about the sort of NBA records for most three-pointers made career-wise, not in one season, all time in their careers. Like I said before in the video, I could have done a like top 10 video, but I feel like I sort of overdo that sort of title all the time, so we're just going to be reading through the list and sort of just going through it all. We are going to be more specifically talking about the top 10, but I'm just going to be reading through some of the names that sort of, surprised me throughout this list. So, one thing that really surprises me is Russell Westbrook is actually tied for 122nd all-time in three-pointers made. He is ranked above players like Mark Price, Gerald Green, Rajah Bell, if you didn't know, he was a three-point sniper back in the day, Robert Covington. Russell Westbrook has more three-pointers than Chris Middleton, and Buddy Hield. Russell Westbrook has more three-pointers than Buddy Hield. Wow, that's crazy. Buddy Hield is ranked 145th, with 933. That is super crazy. Wow. I'm trying to see like a young player name that might be on here. John Stockton is all the way down at 169th. That's pretty crazy. I thought he would shoot more threes than what he did do, but let's see if I can find like a younger name. Patrick Beverly is ranked 208th with 722, ranked above Zach LaVine. Whoa. Patrick Beverly clearly has more threes than Zach LaVine and Devin Booker. So now we're starting to get to more like the young player names. Like I just said, Zach LaVine, Devin Booker are both tied right now at 216th place, which is kind of cool. Those might be the most notable ones. They only have the top 250, and yeah, they are like the sort of like most notable ones that I can see right now. Kawhi is 184th, which is kind of cool. Let's look at the top 100. CJ McCollum is 97th. Again, I feel like he would be higher than that. He has 1,080 3-pointers right now, one away from tying Tracy McGrady at his career record. That's kind of cool, actually. He's definitely going to be higher up before his career's done over with. I'm trying to think. I mean, CJ is definitely a better mid-range shooter. That's sort of like his go-to move. A lot of stop and goes, a lot of pick and pops, things like that. So, although CJ is, a very, very, very good 3-point shooter, it's definitely not his go-to game. Like obviously, like Lillard or like a Steph Curry or something like that. But he's still, a great, great, great shooter nonetheless. We have Kyrie Irving at 79th with 1,155. Again, I feel like that would be a little bit higher, but I guess Kyrie Irving is still technically quite a young player. Let's see. Yeah, he's only been in the league for 9 years, so he definitely has, 10 maybe plus years in the NBA, which is super crazy. He's also this year averaging 29.3 points per game, so I think definitely throughout this year he's going to be racking those 3-pointers up, I am sure. Meta World Peace is actually ranked 80th all time with 1,154, ranked above, again, all the players were listed below him. Ron Artest, that's crazy. I'm trying to think if you guys know, if you're, a big NBA historian buff or an Indiana Pacer fan, was Ron Artest earlier on in his career like a 3-point shooter? I know when he played for Houston before going to LA, he was a 3-point shooter, kind of. Obviously, more of the defender throughout his entire career, but definitely on the Lakers, he was really solidified himself as being a really good 3-and-D player. So let me know down in the comments if that was ever his game back in Indiana. Lou Will is 44th with 1,364th. He can definitely go up a little bit higher. And then we have Chris Paul, 42nd, 1,392. Wow. Chris Paul. Yeah, I mean, definitely Chris Paul earlier on in his career was more of a driving point guard, more again a facilitating pick and roll type of player. Even when he was playing on the Clippers, he wasn't really like a knockdown 3-point shooter. I mean, definitely in Houston, he really showed that a lot, but that was really because he had to be off the ball a lot with having James Harden, so that's kind of interesting. And then we have, Kemba Walker at 1,473. Top 40 all time. How old is Kemba now? Oh, he's only 30. Oh, but he's been in the league since he was 21. A little bit on the older side. That's pretty interesting. I can definitely see him being up a little bit higher on this list before his career's over. Maybe top 30. Right now he's 40. He's 39th. He could probably get up a little bit higher. Carmelo Anthony is 38th with 1,474. Definitely can get a little bit higher than that because obviously earlier on in Melo's career, definitely, mid-range, driving, dunking, player, definitely in Denver Nuggets days and even all the way through the Knicks era of Carmelo wasn't really that much of a 3-point shooter. But obviously, years go on. He's definitely one now, and a pretty okay one, definitely from the corner. If Melo's open for 3 in the corner, that's usually pretty cash money, but kind of inconsistent as well. Tied for 27th technically is Kevin Durant with 1,608. 1,608. Kevin Durant. That's crazy. Kevin Durant is 32. Say he has another, LeBron's always going till 40. Maybe he goes till he's about 38, so 6 more years of Kevin Durant. He could definitely see himself maybe, I don't want to say top 10, I'll say maybe top 15. obviously there is a big jump between sort of these gaps of record holders. So again, I think Kevin Durant earlier on in his career, again, like a lot of players are who are a little bit on the older side, like KD, Carmelo, even older, even younger, older players like that, that were mostly mid-range driving type of players who, obviously the three-point game wasn't really that crazy like it is nowadays. We see we see Kyrie and Bradley Beal so high up on this list who are relatively like younger players who are on this list, and then we had players down in the lower hundreds with Zach LaVine and Devin Booker. I think Donovan Mitchell was also on this list as well, so that also makes a lot of sense. Okay, so 28th tied for 27th was Kevin Durant with 1,608, and then it's a 40 field goal jump from that to Paul George at 26th. So, it's a big chunk of change for some games. 43 pointers is a pretty decent amount. So you can see there's some jumps and gaps between these players. They, obviously seem pretty close in ranking, but in actuality, they're kind of far. Then we got Wesley Matthews at top 25, Steve Nash 24th, Dale Ellis 23rd, Kyle Lowry 22nd. Wow. Ooh, one very, very, very good shooter. I know a lot of people only really know this player from 2K, from having, some pink diamond cheese cards. Peja Stojakovic with 1,760. It's 21st all time. Then we have Rashard Lewis at 20 and Klay Thompson at 19th with 1,798. Oh, we got Damian Lillard at 16th all time already. That's so crazy. Damian Lillard 16th with 1,834. Damian right now is what, 31? Yeah, he's 30 right now. He will be turning 31, I think. Oh no, I think he just had a birthday. Maybe. Well, he's 30 right now. That says right here. He's been in the league for quite some time now. 8 years. A lot of these guys are 8-year guys. That's crazy. Right now he's averaging 29 points per game and 7 assists. God, that's super crazy. He's shooting 38% from 3, averaging 4 a game. That's, oh man. And then LeBron James, 14th all time. Wow. What's crazy to think about this is like, obviously, like, LeBron was never a three-point shooter in his entire career. This must have just been like very recently. That's crazy that he's top 15 all time. And he could probably be higher up before his career is over, maybe top 10. You have J.R. Smith at 11th, Joe Johnson 12th, and Dirk Nowitzki at 11. I think him, Rashard Lewis, and Peja are really the only like big men on this list. I mean, obviously like Kevin Durant and LeBron are big, but they're not, centers, power forwards, true power forwards, I guess. Finally getting in the top 10. At number 10, we have Jason Kidd, top 10 all time. See, when I made my last $15, builder team video, or whatever you want to call it, I picked Jason Kidd, and I think someone or some people left comments about, he's not being that good of a scorer or a shooter or a stretcher for the game, but Jason Kidd is top 10 all time in three-pointers made. Like, Jason Kidd definitely became a better shooter later on in his career, and that's exactly where I want him to be. I don't need like New Jersey Nets, like early New Jersey Nets or Phoenix Suns Jason Kidd to be great. I want like really early on Dallas Mavericks, like Jason Kidd. Like that's totally perfectly fine. Okay, so there is Jason Kidd at 10th with 1,988, and then there's like a 200 field goal gap between him and 9th, and that's Paul Pierce at 9, which, we all know, at least I hope we would all know Paul Pierce prime. Paul Pierce, man, he was a bucket, a certified bucket, like one of the best small forwards in the league. I don't want to say basically, he definitely helped lead his team to a title with obviously Kevin Garnett sort of being the other guy. Jamal Crawford off the bench for Brooklyn. That'd be kind of interesting. No, I really hope that Brooklyn gets like Isaiah Thomas. I think definitely deserves to be on that team, especially with Spencer Dinwiddie not playing the entire year. That's reported. Rondé Hollis Jefferson is a player who's not on a team as well, which I mean, I know that Rondé Hollis Jefferson can't shoot, but his defending is good, and he can shoot the three, I guess, but not very dependently. But dude, I think Brooklyn needs any help they can get, so I think Rondé should, and plus he's been on that team before, so I think Rondé should definitely be on Brooklyn right now, which is super crazy. So, anyways, Jamal Crawford 8th.
And then 7th we have Jason Terry, which, again, a lot of people forget how good of a shooter. Well, how good of a shooter? I think he was a good shooter, but he wasn't like, you don't see Jason Terry chucking up like 5 to 10 3-pointers like a lot of other players do nowadays. He was a very efficient 3-point shooter where, I mean, if he was open, it was going in. So maybe he would have, 3 shots for the 3 a game, but he would probably make all 3 of them. So another great player, Vince Carter, 6th all time, which again, kind of like Jason Kidd, not really a player really known for his 3-point ability. Obviously his rookie year, only shooting a lousy 28% from 3, to then going on to averaging 40% from 3, 35, 37, 39. So definitely a very, very big improvement on his game. And then at 5, top 5, we have James Harden at 5, 2,362. Wow, that's crazy. James Harden has been in the league for 11 years now. He is currently 31 years old. Man, that's super crazy. I think James Harden definitely has potential to probably be top 3 all time because the players above him are all retired besides one, which we'll get into later. But I think he definitely has potential to probably be, maybe, can he be 2nd or 3rd? I think he'd definitely be top 3. Then we have Kyle Korver at 4, which again is sort of a forgotten player in the NBA's history of being one of the greatest 3-point shooters of all time. Man, Kyle Korver, he was definitely one of the first real, like, super hot 3-point shooters that would, like, shoot, like, 5 to, like, 10 3-pointers a game that I would watch and see back in the day, like, mid-2000s. Like, Kyle Korver was, in my opinion, the best 3-point shooter during that time period when I was watching basketball a lot. That was really before I really, saw players like JJ Redick and sort of those shooters as well, like Jason Terry again. In 2006, 2007, he averaged 14 points. In 2014, he averaged 12. 2015, he averaged 12. So, like, he's knocking threes down, and he was a very vital part in a lot of teams. Obviously, those Atlanta Hawks days back in the day when they were, on top of the East for a lot of years. Definitely one year, I think they had 60 wins, if I'm not mistaken, for sure. He was also an All-Star one time, which was the year they had all those wins in Atlanta with him and Jeff Teague, Paul Millsap, Al Horford. That team was crazy. Joe Johnson as well. God, that team sort of went further, but obviously, LeBron James is LeBron James, and they sort of kept running into him a lot, with like Toronto and all those other really good Eastern Conference teams. That's super crazy. Okay, so now we have the top 3-point shooters of all time, and like I said before, I think James Harden definitely can be top 3. And I mean, LeBron is the next sort of current, I guess, NBA player that's on here. Obviously, there's JJ Redick, but JJ comes off the bench. JJ probably only takes maybe 5 shots a game, maybe, for New Orleans. So I don't really see him being that much of a threat for being top 10 or top 3. But I mean, from where LeBron is at 1,917, number 3 is 2,560. So that's a pretty big gap. So I don't think LeBron's going to make it. But Damian Lillard, I think Damian Lillard has definitely a shot to be top 5. Where Damian is right now at 1,800, James Harden is 2,300 for top 5. So, I think you can definitely make top 5 all time. Damian Lillard for threes. That's super cool to think about. Number 3, we have Reggie Miller. Obviously, Reggie Miller. Like I said, 2,500. That's super crazy, man, for 3-point shots. Reggie Miller was just definitely again, a very underrated player, only being an all-star 5 times. Reggie Miller is in the Hall of Fame, and his only accolade is a retired jersey and a 5-time all-star. Isn't that so crazy? Like, the NBA Hall of Fame is wild. I think Reggie Miller is a great player, and again, obviously with like better help, better luck, I guess. Also, not having to face Michael Jordan would have been lucky, but we could be looking at Reggie Miller being one of the top 3 shooting guards of all time if he had more success. But that's not for everyone. We see obviously Allen Iverson, Carmelo not winning a championship, Reggie Miller, Patrick Ewing. People see that all the time with like Damian Lillard not winning a title, like Russell Westbrook hasn't won a title yet. So like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. And then a lot of the reason why this video is probably gonna get some like trendingness or whatever is because obviously we have Steph Curry passing Reggie Miller all time in threes with 2,562. Reggie Miller has 2,560. He has 2 more than him, and obviously Reggie Miller can't get any more. So Steph Curry's second all time. That's super crazy. I mean, at the start of his career, I never would have thought of it because he was, an older NBA player coming to the league at 21. That's pretty rare to find them so, I guess, lucky in scoring and things like that because he's already been in the league for 11 years. He's already 32 years old, but it still looks like he has a lot left to give. Again, maybe like LeBron, he might play until his 40s, obviously being a player who is just mostly a scorer, a shooter. You're never going to lose that. It's not like he's like a paint beast like Russ or something like that. He's not going to be having to sort of rely on speed and athleticism, just his brain and shooting, which obviously he can do for a very long time, it seems. We all know Steph Curry is just an absolute beast of a player. He hasn't, in an entire healthy season, averaged less than 40% from 3. His lowest percentage was last year at 24.5 last year, but he was injured. Don't really count that, and currently he's averaging 37.9. But again, the season isn't over, so I'll technically say he has never finished an entire healthy season under 40% from 3. Averaging about, oh my god, in 2015, 2016, he averaged 11 3-pointers a game, making about 5. That's crazy. But at number 1, we already have, again, a player you could argue being the greatest 3-point shooter of all time because he does hold a record and he has many great shots. And that is Jesus Shuttlesworth himself, Ray Allen. Man, again, a very underrated player, an all-star, Hall of Fame player, just a great player, 2-time champion, 2-time All-NBA team member as well. Man, definitely should be recognized a little bit more, especially his days in, Milwaukee, Seattle. Those days were just a killer. At the height of his career in 2006, 2007, he was averaging 26 points per game, 25 the year before, 23 the year before. Dude was going crazy. But again, going to Boston, having a player like Paul Pierce, having a great player like Kevin Garnett, he had to shy away a lot, and obviously going from a 26.4 point per game score to a 17 point per game score the next year, the first year he got into Boston. So that is pretty sad, but obviously team success means more. Although that team only won 1 title, absolutely blows my mind, but he definitely got another one back playing for Miami, which we all know the shot he made with LeBron on that team. So that's super crazy. If you're looking at his 3-point percentages, not as efficient as sort of a lot of other players we were talking about, a lot of 30%, 35%, but later on in his career, averaging 45, 41, 44 in his years later on in Boston and Miami, where he really started to rack up being sort of the best shooter in the NBA. I don't think Ray Allen was really the best shooter in the NBA till probably in like the latter of like the last like maybe 6, 7 years, maybe even 5 years in the NBA. He was then like a 3-point dagger sniper of a player. So Steph Curry right now has 2,562. And first, Ray Allen has 2,972. That is a 411 gap. 411 3-pointers for or assist. I think assists would be kind of fun too, or even just points. I think points would be cool as well. So let me know down in the comments about that. Again, I think LeBron can make top 10. I think Damian could probably be top 5. And then, with health and luck, Klay Thompson could probably be top 10, but he's kind of far out of the way, especially with injuries and stuff. And obviously when it's all said and done with Trae Young, Donovan Mitchell, who knows, maybe even Ben Simmons might make the list. They're all still young. We'll have to see what happens. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. And again, if you, liked the video, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again in my next video very, 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 very soon. Alright, guys.